All right, today is December 7th, and today is the day that I planned to finish my book. Um, I'm I'm pretty determined that it gets finished today. I have about 4,000 words ish left. I know I have about 4,000 words left because there's about 4,000 words left in the first draft. Some of these are going to be verbatim, but I am retyping the whole thing, tweaking dialogue, changing things, etc., etc. So for the past however many days, I have been doing about 2,000 words a day, except for what day is it today? I think except for Monday and Tuesday. Today's Wednesday, so I've had a little bit of a break from it because it was just super busy with work, with Christmas, with getting everything ready. So yeah, Monday, Tuesday, not a ton, but today is the day. So, wrote 50,000 words in NaNoWriMo. I had about 20 something thousand when I left, and now this project is sitting at 92,564 words, which is so many. This was supposed to be my short book, and it is longer. Now, it's not necessarily a bad thing that it's super long. However, like industry standards for YA, I would feel more comfortable with it being around the 85K mark before I start querying it. So I will like 85 to 90. So in my revision, which will happen in January, I will be doing some reduction. This is actually going to end up being 27,000 words more than what was in the first draft, which is bananas, especially because there's quite a few descriptions that are like TK in here. But that doesn't matter right now. It is okay. The most important thing is that we finish the book. I'm at a very exciting part. I am in the middle of the climax, the Hightower surprise, the twist has happened. They have figured out a new plan. They're in motion. They're flying by the seat of their pants. They're about to have a massive confrontation with the antagonist. And then once that's done, we can wrap things up. And I'm really looking forward to doing that. So I have about 45 minutes now before I head to the gym for personal training, and then I have a block scheduled off for this afternoon. I'm hoping to get some baking today as well as some work things. So it's going to be a busy day. It's going to be a great day, and let's go. Let's get this novel done. Then 373 words. That is how long the third draft of my book is, of Some Kind of Criminal. And I know this because I just wrote the last word. Whew. Oh my goodness. I am so happy to be finished. The last word of the book is down, which is fun. I like that. I did some calculations. So when I started NaNoWriMo, I had 33,481 words in the draft, which means that I wrote 64,892 words in the past 38 days, which is an average of 1,707 words a day. So a little bit over the NaNoWriMo average. That is awesome. So it's done. It's done. I'm really, really happy that it's done. I am, however, surprised by the length of it. The first draft and the second draft, I think the first draft was like 69,000 words. The second draft was 71 and a bit thousand words. And now we're at 98,000, which if I was to go in and fill in all of the descriptions and things would definitely be at like 100,000, 101,000. Now, there's nothing particularly wrong with writing a long book, but as I said earlier, that isn't the word count I was especially aiming for. So that's going to be a problem that we fix later. But right now, focusing on the good, the third draft is done. And you know, it's really funny. I feel surprised because I had my outline. But I'm actually surprised by how different this draft was and how much I was actually rewriting from draft 2. Because I looked at my outline. If you looked at my outline, I had quite a few scenes that were like, yep, this is in draft 2, this is in draft 2, this is in draft 2. Or even, it wasn't exactly the same scene, but it had very, very similar elements. And I kind of assumed I would have the bones, there would be a little bit of like tinkering, maybe changing a bit of dialogue or two, and there we go. But even the finale, the climax of the novel, which I was like, oh, that's saying exactly the same, I completely changed it. So I would have the caveat that like, oh yeah, I wrote 64 or 65,000 words, but 70,000 of them, or the vast majority of them, were already from draft 2, but they weren't. They weren't at all. It's very surprising to me how little of that I used, to the point that I think at some point I want to reread through that draft just to see if there's stuff that I missed, that I liked, that I can put in, not try to force into this draft, but just put into like an unused area, because there's some good descriptions and stuff in there that I just didn't use. I think the story is stronger now. It feels stronger. The character arc feels a lot stronger. I have a much better idea of my theme, of what I'm exploring, and that is great. I think that's really, really good. Is there a lot of editing to do? Yes, there's a lot of editing to do. I will be editing things down. I will be tightening things up. I will be streamlining the story. I am, however, missing a scene, so I'm going to have to make a decision on if I keep that element in or kick it out. I do think that there are some places where, like at the end, she has to have a resolution with 3 different people before she can leave the piazza. And so there's things like that where I'm like, oh, she's had to have this conversation, or in this scene, she's had to have these 2 different conversations because they both need a resolution, or they both need a conflict. And there's things like that where I think I could potentially tighten it up and reduce it and streamline things. I want it to be streamlined. Overall, though, I feel good about the story. I do. It is still funny, I think. It is still exactly what I envisioned it to be, and even more so. I really love where the characters went. I do feel like I brought them out a lot more, hopefully, and one thing that I wanted to do was really bring out the friendship between them more. I think I did that. I think I made the plan a lot clearer because I have the antagonist literally state like the consequences in the like kick-off scene, which I think is very helpful. And while it's not subtle, I think can be a confusing situation. It's like a complicated story happening here that like the most important thing needs to be stated, and she states it. So I think that's pretty good. I also like the antagonist a lot more now. I think she's really funny. I love my inspiration for her. I want to write more about her. I mean, she's not funny, like she's she's awful, but like I do like her. I think the mentorship relationships are much better. I think that theme is stronger. I'm overall very happy with this edit. We love being happy. It is also December 8th. And tomorrow's my birthday. So I finished the book the day before my birthday, which is awesome. I'm so excited. And so then that comes to what's next? What is happening next? Well, I am going to put this away for a while. I think probably until January. Yeah, I'm going to put it away until January. I will definitely come back to it. But I do want to of course I'm coming back to it. This is the book that I want to query. But I want to give myself a little bit of a break from it. I think I need a little bit of a break from it. I need to focus creative energy on other things. And boy, do I have some other things to focus creative energy on. So I have so many things that I'm interested in revisiting. I have my book 1837 and Project Musical, which I want to reread. I think I'm going to spend a lot of December just rereading. I want to reread those. I have a couple of plays that I want to reread and potentially edit, one that I'd like to finish. And then I have a bunch of new ideas that I want to give myself some time to continue brainstorming around. I don't know. I kind of have two top ones right now. I'm calling one of them Spelling Bee and the other one None of the Above. And None of the Above is YA. It's like young YA. And then Spelling Bee is adult. And so I think that maybe Spelling Bee fits the current market a little bit better, but None of the Above I'm loving the idea of so much. I'm loving Spelling Bee too. I'm loving them both. But we're not drafting anything new right now. I'm focused on Some Kind of Criminal, and I will not be working on anything else until I am querying Some Kind of Criminal. However, I think it would be fun just to explore those other ideas and feel good about having those in my back pocket, revisiting these old projects and taking notes on like what is there to be done next. I might even do a tiny little bit of Christmas short story writing. Who knows? Only if I feel like it. Only for fun. And there we go. That's December. There's still lots of work to be done, but hey, we know we can do it. It's really fun. It's really exciting. So thank you so much for watching. I'm just going to end this here. It's a quick little update, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.